Hello, I'm Coach Christian, and I help extremely stressed people to deal with their stress by observing it for themselves. Welcome to yet another video. Every single day, I publish a video that's designed to provide you with tools that you can use to deal with any stressful situation in your life. Now, let's go into the question of the day. The question is as follows: Coach Christian, my work is filled with many conniving and manipulative people. How do I handle office politics? Coach Christian, my work is filled with many conniving and manipulative people. How do I handle office politics? Okay, so this is a natural consequence of living with people, right? So think about how complex you are, right? How difficult you are. You have all these, you have all these mood swings. 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're sad, 1 minute you're curious, 1 minute you want to hang out with people, 1 minute you want to stay secluded. You have all these hidden desires and things, right? You know how complicated you are, right? So, for instance, one day just try to close your eyes and observe the thoughts that are running through your head. You'll realize just how complicated you are. It's like you're full of all these thoughts and emotions, and you don't truly understand even how you work. Um, just let's put it this way: managing yourself is already a struggle, isn't it? Right? Because your own mind has control over you, right? So, can you honestly tell me that you think thinking is a choice for you, or is it something that just happens? Kind of like digestion, right? You don't make yourself digest. Digestion happens. You don't make yourself breathe. Breathing happens. The same with your thinking, isn't it? So, and your thoughts are just crazy. Sometimes they'll make you miserable. Sometimes they'll make you joyful. Sometimes they'll make you curious. Sometimes they'll make you afraid. And you don't really have control over these thoughts. It's like your mind just does whatever it wants. So it's already a major struggle just managing yourself. Right? You're very complicated. Let's start from there. You are complicated. You're not simple, right? You don't even understand how your mind and body work. Those things have, like, they just do whatever they want. So you're complicated, right? And as you've noticed, if we add an extra person, we've just at least doubled the complexity. So if you combine you and me, the situation has just become more complex because there are your many desires, and you don't even know all of your desires. There are many desires you have that are hidden, right? So, for example, has it happened to you before? Like, you do something and you're like, why the heck did I do that? That was so stupid, right? Maybe you find yourself, you've been trying so hard to cultivate and be a kind and nice person, but one day you hear that someone has had a problem and you secretly find yourself smiling at their misery, right? So you're very complicated, right? And the thing is that if we add an extra person, we've made the complexity at least times two. If we add a third person, more complexity. The more people you have working together, the more complexity there is. Because we don't really have the same desires. People want different things, you see. Like, if you go in an office setting, right? Here's what I'm saying. It's inevitable that there will be politics wherever many people are involved. Okay? Part of it is that just that people have different desires. Maybe you're at the office and all you want is to earn some money to support your family. Your coworker may be at the office and he wants to rise in the company. Your boss maybe wants you to get you to do the best job possible because he needs to, let's say, impress the board. Right? Everybody in the company has their own objectives, right? And people don't always tell you what they want. Usually people will lie, right? So it's not usually like a good idea to be so ambitious at work. Someone can hide their ambition, right? So first thing to realize is that it's inevitable that wherever a group of people are, whenever you have a group of people working together or spending time together. So, for example, I live in a house with a lot of relatives and a lot of people around me and animals, right? Like a cat, right? So the environment is by its nature political because all these people have different desires and they are not always forthcoming about what they want, you know. One minute they're nice, one minute they're not. Sometimes they're trying to manipulate you, you're trying to manipulate them. It's a total mess. It's really confusing. But this is a natural consequence of living and working with many people. This is a natural consequence of being at work with multiple people. Even if you just have five people, it's already political. Actually, two people, there's already politics going on. Beyond two, of course, there's politics going on. So the question is, how do I deal with this politics? The first step is to realize that you are part of the problem. That's key. It's not that other people are manipulative and political and you're not. That's not true. Because the fact is, you have desires, you have goals that you want to achieve, and you will use people and events and circumstances in order to get what you want. So you are political just like everybody else. This is the beginning, right? So once you believe that you're a nice guy, a good guy, and the other people are manipulative, it's the other people that are political. They're the bad ones. I'm the good one. Once you do that, you're not looking at reality. And so, of course, you're going to be in trouble. Of course, you're going to spend your time complaining, oh, these political people, this guy sabotaged my project, this guy hates me, um, I don't know, the boss doesn't like me. I mean, if you think of people as evil, or all of them are manipulative, but you're not, all of them are complicated, but you're simple, that's the beginning of problems because you're not looking at things as they are. If you don't observe things as they are, you're very unlikely to deal with the situation well. Okay? So the first thing is to realize your own desires, the way in which you're manipulative. Right? It's important to get clear about what you want. It's also important to get clear about what other people want, not what they tell you they want. This is key, right? I mean, you want to pay attention to people's words, but people usually don't speak. Most of the time in the society, it's not really a good idea, right? For instance, imagine if you spoke your mind about everything, exactly what you feel about the other person, right? So your girlfriend comes to you and tells you, hey, do you like my dress? You say, no, that's the most shitty dress I ever saw. Baby, do you think I'm beautiful? You say, no, you're not as beautiful as you used to be, right? So there's a lot of things you keep in your head, you never say. There's a lot of desires you have that you never say. Let's say you want to, I don't know, you think that your coworker is hot. You're not going to tell that to your husband, right? So you're going to keep those things to yourself because you don't want to create trouble. So that's the first thing. Everybody around you does that. Everyone around you has desires that they are not revealing. They keep a lot of stuff close to the chest. They don't tell you anything. This means that you can't just pay attention to what people say. It's better, I mean, I'm not saying don't pay attention to what they say, but also pay attention to what they do, how they behave. You see? Right? So, I mean, if someone is frowning, but then when you come, they suddenly start smiling, right? Don't just now believe the smile. Also look at why are they frowning, right? The other key that can help you to deal with office politics and manipulative situations is try to put yourself in other people's shoes. Right? To do this, you can't be superior to them. Just put yourself in their shoes. What do they want? Okay? What I mean, if I was the boss, what would I want? What are the boss's objectives? What are his desires? Right? How about this coworker? What are his desires? What are his objectives? What's it like to live life the way he does, right? So it's important to put yourself in your coworker's shoes in the office or whatever the political situation is. Try to think inside of the person. What do they want? How do they behave? What is their character? All that stuff. Just observe, pay attention. It's like observe again, right? You pay attention to these people, understand them. The more you understand, the more you observe your co-workers and the people involved, including yourself, the better you will be at dealing with political situations. And you just want to observe them without any huge judgments, right? The other thing is, another thing that will help you to deal with political situations, manipulative people, whatever, political situation, is that you want to let go of the notion of good and bad. You see, when you say something is good, it just means that you like it. And when you say something is bad, it just means that you don't like it, right? Think about all the good things, the things that you think are good. It's like it's good to chill out on the beach. Why are you saying it's good to chill out on the beach? The reason you're saying that is because you like chilling out at the beach, right? Certain foods are good to you, right? You might say that a cheeseburger is good, but tofu is bad. The only reason you're saying tofu is bad is because you don't like it, right? So it means that you're going around the world labeling things as good and bad. You're going around your workplace labeling some coworkers as good and bad, as an evil and good, or as hardworking and lazy, whatever. It's important to let go of this, especially the notion of good and bad. Just look at people as they are. People are neither good nor bad. Or if you want to use the word good and bad, just notice that everybody is good and everybody is bad. You are good and bad. You're capable of being nice and kind and friendly. You're capable of all of this stuff. But aren't you also capable of tremendous evil? Look within yourself, right? You can lie, you can cheat, you can manipulate. Sometimes you laugh at the misfortune of others. Sometimes you experience envy. You're not good. If you want to use good and bad, you're good and bad. Other human beings are good and bad also. Instead of looking at them as evil and manipulative, just pay attention to what they're doing, right? So maybe you notice that a certain coworker has low self-esteem, right? If you're aware of that, maybe you notice that, look, every time you challenge an idea of his, he becomes very angry and shouts at you or causes you trouble in a different way. It's not good or bad. It's not bad for him to yell at you. It's just what he does. Just pay attention to what is instead of what you think should be and judging the world within your own terms of good and bad. All these are tools that will help you to deal with manipulative people. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do because every situation is different, right? The nature of the the nature of the situation depends, let's say the nature of the politics at work depends on the workplace, where it's located, and who the people are. Different people create a different dynamic. So you can't rely on cookie cutter solutions from me. It's much wiser to observe the people you're with dispassionately. Just observe them. What do they want? What are their fears? What is something odd about them? What do other people say about them? Just observe them, observe yourself, and these observations will help you to know what's best, what you should do. The observation itself tells you what needs to be done. All right, if you liked this video and you found it to be valuable, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification. Ding, 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 ding. This will notify you whenever I publish a new video, right? So because every single day I publish a video, right? And it's designed to provide you with tools that you can use to deal with any stressful situation in your life. Now, if you have any question or comments, I'd love to hear them. Please add them in the comment section below. I may answer your questions in a forthcoming video. And also, look, if I know what you're thinking, if I know your comments, then I'll have a better understanding of how you're thinking and what your problems are, which means that I'll be better able to make videos that meet your needs. And then I have videos related to this particular topic, right? So this particular topic of manipulation, dealing with political people, those complexities. So I have videos related to that, and in the description of this video, I'll just add links to them. So if you liked this video, very likely you'll like those videos also. So just click on them and you'll be able to see my other videos related to this topic. And the other thing is, look, maybe I've been talking about observation. You want to observe the political environment. You want to observe your coworkers and understand what makes them tick. What are their goals? Why are they behaving this way? Well, that's easier said than done, right? It's not very easy to just observe, right? So if you might need some help on how to observe, um, let's say, this kind of problem, then I do have a tool for you. Just go to to the description of this video and click on a link called the Observe Approach. This will give you free and instant access to a simple but very powerful method that you can apply right now to deal with any problem that is stressing you out, and obviously via observation. Right? Otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video and hope to catch you on the next one. Bye.